How do I log into my Dahua router? Or hi, I've just reset my router. What do I do? Or I want to buy a Dahua router, but I don't know how to log in. These are some of the questions that we usually get. So today's video is about how to log in to your router, the Dahua router. First thing first, make sure that you are connected to the Wi-Fi of the Dahua router that you want to log into. So in my case, let me log into the router. The router, if it has been reset, the Wi-Fi name is usually a combination of DH and some numbers. So in this case, it is this one here. So I'll just connect to it. The password is usually written at the back of the router. So in this case, let me just input my password. My password JJ5. Make sure you type in correctly to avoid any errors. Once you input the correct password, it will connect. So you see mine says it's connected. Once you are connected, you now go to your browser. In my case, I'll be using the Phoenix browser. Once you open the browser, under the URL search bar, you type in the default IP address of the router. The default IP address for the Dahua router is usually 192.168.10.110. Once you type in the IP address, it will bring in the Dahua interface, which requires you to input your username and your password. The default username for the Dahua router is usually admin in small letters, and the default password is usually admin123. Once you input the default password and the default username, it will log in. Now this is how it looks, the interface once you are logged into the router. Once you're logged in, now you go to the under internet settings, you go to the PPOE. The username here, you now put the username that you have been given by your ISP. So in this case, let me use mine, Take Shop. And then the password, you also input the password that you have been given by the ISP. Once you input the username and the password, now you go to the Wi-Fi settings. The Wi-Fi settings under SSID, now you put the Wi-Fi name that you want. The Wi-Fi name that you want. In my case, let me use a Tech Tutorial one as a username. The encryption you don't change. The password, you now put the password that you want. Put the password that you want. After you put the password that you want, now you save. You don't change anything else. You save now. Let's give it a minute while it's still saving. For the Dahua router, if you make sure that you type in correctly, for the username, it doesn't accept space. So if you put a space, it will refuse. So once you've saved, now you go to under the wireless, the Wi-Fi settings, you will see that the one that we just created, Active Tutorial 1, is among the available networks. You click on it, you put the password that you set, then you connect. You see now it says connected. Now that means I am now connected to my Dahua router. I've created my account, and I've also created a password. Please like and follow for more videos like this. Thank you and bye.